It's time for another interview. And today, do I have an incredible guest? I'm not going to try to hype it up too much because, well, as soon as you hear the name, you're all going to be hyped already. So I really don't need to do any hyping for my next guest. This one's going to be a little bit different. We have a guest for the first time in the entire series who's coming on to show us a class, but they don't actually play on Reboot servers. So we're going to do things a little bit differently today. We're going to, first of all, get him to show you what it's like on Reboot, as well as get him to show you what it's like on KMS, where he mains the Dark Knight. We got the one and only I Sling Guns, or better known as, most of you know him, Kobe the Goat. Yo. He's muted. Oh. Yo.
I'm nervous for this one. I'm nervous for
No, you're not nervous, bro.
I can't lie.
What are you saying? You're nervous?
I just gotta make sure that I don't say the wrong things, you know what I mean?
Yo, I'm gonna be honest. I was a little bit nervous to hang out with you today.
That you don't gotta be nervous to hang out with me. That's crazy.
I was like a little bit nervous to hang out with the actual GOAT. Like, literally since I started this game, everyone's like, oh yeah, Kobe, he's the GOAT.
It's all good. It's no worries.
Dude,
I just want to say though, my main is on KMS, but I want to give a massive shout out to all of like the really top in-game Chronos Dark Knights, like Walt, aka Ornstein. That dude is solo C Kalos, so he's pulling numbers.
Okay.
We also got like Malice and Zay and all of them. Big ups to all the top Dark Knights that could also very well be in this place, because they're really, really good.
Damn. Well, there you go. Where are we gonna start? Are we gonna start on Reboot, and then you wanna
probably Reboot?
Yeah.
So I read like skill names and stuff.
Yeah, and then maybe like somewhere in the middle or near the end, we can get you to swap over, and we can show off the strength of Dark Knight in KMS.
Yeah, we could.
Usually, what I like to do to get these things started out is I just want you to showcase something that you think is like really cool and like a big selling point of Dark Knight, no matter what it is.
I say we have some of the best survivability in the game.
Okay.
Our DPM is crazy good. No, those are like really the big things.
Yep.
Like, cause yeah, our survivability, we have basically a door like nearly every 90 seconds. We have crazy good lifesteal, which gets even better every like 90, 60 seconds whenever we pop our hyper skill. It's just a lot going to like that department really. And it's a class that's honestly just like pretty easy to pick up. It is a class, however, that does require a cooldown hat, but honestly, you could even just roll like -2 on a CRA, and that's good enough of a start.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Is that mainly for like highlights. For damage reasons? The cooldown?
Yeah, because we have a lot of really strong skills with low cooldowns.
Okay. So we're not just a one-button class.
Yeah. I mean, it's like really straightforward.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I honestly, like, I know basically nothing about this class aside from just like watching you play it. And
yeah,
I mean, like, I could watch pretty much anyone play a class and like without knowing what's going on, just be completely lost. Like, I just see you dodging stuff and killing stuff, you know?
Yeah. No, that's fair.
Okay, so you have crazy survivability and really good DPM. That's like
pretty much, yeah.
That's like the big selling points of the class.
Yeah. Our burst is like not that bad either, but
okay.
I think it definitely translates more to DPM. I'll talk about that later.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Do you have anything that you can just like show off? You think that would be, whether that's just like going and tanking some random hits in a boss, or like even if you just have like a cool animation or two that you really enjoy, just something visual for anyone to just like, you know, get them hooked.
I mean, most of the things are pretty basic.
Okay.
Like, just, I don't think there's any, like, crazy animations or technique to show off as a class. Is fairly simple. Just, you know, our skills are mainly use off cooldown. I think if there's one thing that's, like, really huge to share, it would probably be, like I mentioned earlier regarding our survivability, our final pack skill. Because I mentioned like the whole like door thing every 90 seconds. Well, this skill actually has 3 different modes.
Okay.
And the longest mode, if you die in a boss, you are invincible for 40 seconds. And that time is extended with more buff duration. So I have 116% buff duration. If I go in here and I die, oh dang, I have practiced wrong for this fight. But if I go in here and I die, I should be invincible for nearly a minute and a half.
Like actually die, right? Not like if you proc a door.
Like once my HP hits 0.
Yeah.
It goes through all the doors and everything first, but then once that happens, you can just sit here. Now, most Dark Knights will use the shorter version just because it's up quicker.
Okay.
And, I think that's way better for survivability in some bosses, but in certain situations, when you have like the long mode, it's just really nice to be able to just not take any hits from anything for 90 seconds. So it's like pretty crazy.
Wait, is that
like,
that purple buff that's at like 50
seconds
yeah,
left.
okay.
Yeah, 50 seconds. I'm just straight up, I just don't take any damage at all.
That's crazy.
That's like probably one of the biggest highlights of this class. There is no other class in the game that has anything like this.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like I'm just still sitting here.
That's still 23 seconds left. Is it that one?
Yeah, 20 seconds left.
Bro.
That's it. Now, the main thing about this mode is that it does have a bit of a longer cooldown, about 7 minutes, but even then, for that, and it only has a 7-minute cooldown, that's like pretty good. If you use the full mode in a 30-minute boss fight, you can proc it like 4 times, so you could be invincible for nearly 6 minutes in a 30-minute fight.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's gone. It's
okay.
I love using it when I need to.
Yeah. What's the duration of the other ones with the shorter cooldowns? Actually, we can get into that later. We'll talk about that in the later section. That's sick though. That's I was just telling my chat, like the class that I'm gonna make next, I just want something that I can like just chill and like read chat, you know, and just like hang out and not have to sweat and like worry about dodging everything. So
sure.
That's
and it's like a decently strong class too.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So before we get into the specifics of Dark Knight, why don't I usually like to have you give us a little introduction for anyone who obviously, like most people probably know Kobe at this point, but for anyone who doesn't know who you are, what your history is like with the game, do you want to just give like a quick little introduction on how long you've been playing Maple, what got you into it, what your like regular rotation looks like, because you're pretty much streaming the game every single week, and just like you're going for like early boss clears and shit too, so just
I'm not really at that point where I'm going for like, I guess like higher top end boss clears. I'm too weak for that, but I definitely try to do what I can. But I have been maining Dark Knight for the past I want to say 12 years.
Damn.
I've been maining Dark Knight for 12 years. I think I tried to like main a different class for a month. That did not work out. If you know what class that was, you know I don't want to talk about that. Honestly, that was a terrible experience. That's just how that goes.
Okay.
And then what was it? That's I've made multiple Dark Knights throughout my time, and really the Dark Knights that I'm playing, like I've been sticking with them for like, I mean, my main Dark Knight I've been sticking with for nearly 5 years at this point.
Yeah.
So that character's like relatively decent. Just in case people are wondering why I'm on here doing an interview as a level 265 Dark Knight, like I just
yeah, I couldn't find any other Dark Knights, guys.
I would know more. I know more to the class than any other ordinary 265 Dark Knight. I'll tell you that. As a matter of fact, on the side here, like I'm probably going to switch to. Where is this real quick? I will switch to KMS whenever I have to, whenever Charlander wants me to. I'm trying to look for the thing. I don't even know how to like swap the screens.
Oh, to like screen share the other one? Yeah.
To screen share the other one. This isn't exactly KMS because I can't have both up at the same time. But I do have what is this? Oh no, Discord's like bugging. I'm so confused. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. Weird. It's all good.
I think it's this one. Yeah, this is the test server that I have open because I can have the test server over on the side. And in your honor, I named this character that I copied over Strylander. It's like,
hold on a minute. That doesn't look like Strylander.
Hey, it is what it is. But, we'll get back to the GMS one for now.
Damn, everyone's chilling on the test server. Oh yeah, because you guys are testing the new boss right now, right?
Yeah, we have the new boss at the moment.
Oh shit, we're gonna get a new boss.
There's a lot of people on practicing. Yeah, so yeah, whatever you would want to know.
Yeah.
Or want me to talk about next.
Sure.
I'll do my best.
Okay, so yeah, TLDR. Basically, I just found the first Dark Knight that I found that I could see on Challenge World, and just asked him if he'd be down to do the interview. And so that's why he's 265 because I couldn't find any others. I'm just kidding.
That's tough.
All right, so let's talk about Dark Knight. First of all, the thing that everyone cares about the most when choosing a class is the damage. So let's talk about your damage profile first. Let's talk about your burst, whether or not you're 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and then maybe if you can walk us through like what a normal burst like rotation looks like. Burst cycle into I don't know if you have like a mini burst as well or what's going on there.
This class has no mini burst. Our 90 second is just we're a 3 minute class of that, and our 90 second is this skill that increases our attack by 50 for 25 seconds. That's our quote unquote mini burst. That is all we have.
Okay.
That's it. I think so. It's a bit interesting. Also, I literally just ran Dojo to floor 30 just so I can go to Fog Force on this character.
Oh, dude, you're the GOAT. Oh my god, he's so prepared.
I had to do what I had to do. I think there's been some talks lately in like the Dark Knight Discord, at least for the Dark Knights on Chronos, about like what Oz rings they should use. Because Dark Knight is such a good DPM class, there's a lot of players that have been using Continuous Ring, and Continuous Ring is really good. But also after doing like some more testings and everything and whatnot, I think there are players that do prefer using Roar. And it makes sense because like while our burst isn't exactly the best, it's I got a cat in the back.
All good.
While our burst isn't exactly the best, it's not like it's terrible. Like I think we could dish out some like pretty okay burst damage, especially when our origin is up.
Okay.
And I think, maining Roar isn't exactly a bad idea. I don't really have the numbers at hand to really like know like what is actually better between Roar and Kant. But I think it makes sense on, Heroic Worlds because you do not have as many attack percent lines, while Roar does give attack percent.
Yep.
And then you also have like way more boss damage due to things like familiars and such, giving you up to 120.
Okay.
So, like, even when I was watching Walt C. Gallo solo, he was just maining Roar 5. He was able to swap to Risk Taker Ring during the full final pack, like I showed earlier. Since you don't get hit at all, you can like utilize Risk Taker Ring to like the absolute maximum. So it's like really good during that.
Okay.
I'm not sure how you want me to show this though. Like. Just said like a 260 boss.
Yeah, so I mean everyone's pretty much just been going through like the skill sequence, and then I guess just like we can get into the specifics of like what all your skills do later if you want, or you can go through it now. Completely up to you. Whatever you think is like more. If there's like something that people should know about the burst specifically, or if you just want to like slam all the buttons and just show it off, then you're more than welcome to do that as well.
Okay. I actually don't have skill sequence set up on this character.
Oh, okay.
But, it will probably just be like, you know, weapon aura, these skills here. So the thing about Goddess Blessing and Epic Adventure is that we are a 3-minute class, but these skills have a 2-minute cooldown. I have personally felt it's just been better to pop these skills off cooldown. And you just don't have it for like the burst between your origin burst. Just because Goddess Blessing is a pretty powerful skill, and you just get, I feel like you get way more damage off using this every 2 minutes versus every 3 minutes for each burst. Yeah, and the plus you'll have it for like all the bursts that matters anyway, which is your origin burst. So it's like perfectly fine. And then there's impenetrable skin, AB, Ozwing, like all of that stuff basically. Okay. And then I can put that on. I can put that on a button over here. And then I'm not sure, like I haven't done dummies in like forever.
Okay.
Like, I feel like this is not really my strong suit.
Yeah.
But so like, do you want to see like an origin burst or like a 3-minute rotation? Like I'm not.
Yeah. Let's see
like what's
let's see the origin. Yeah. Let's see the origin, and then if you can just talk about like, I don't know what's going on while you're.
I just want to point out my 6th job is just level 1 masteries.
Okay.
And level 1 origin, and I don't have any locked.
Okay.
I think it will still like mostly reflect like what is shown, like the like percentage wise, what's shown on like a higher level Dark Knight's VA.
Yeah. Okay. We'll take the percentages with like a bit of a grain of salt, and we can maybe like look at the percentages on your main when you do like an actual boss or something.
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Yeah.
It's all right. So I just do like an origin rotation.
Sure. Yeah. Let's just see it. Do you have all of the skills that you're going to be using? Are on your hotbar? Like I can see you pressing them, right? There's no like hidden buttons that you might be pressing.
The one button that you don't see is Nightshade Explosion. However, this has the same exact cooldown as my Dark Spear, and I use it at the same exact time as my Dark Spear. The 2 skills basically just line up together.
Okay.
So anytime you just see me use Dark Spear, I'm using Nightshade every single time.
Got it.
And that's usually how I started up. So let me rock this real quick.
Sure.
Pop Darkness Aura first. So you can either just Origin first or do your Cyclone first. Either or works perfectly fine. As long as you're able to get all that out. Yeah. But pretty much what just happened there was that, first I used 4 low cooldown skills, which is my Dark Spear, my Nightshade Explosion, my Evil Eye Shock, and my Radiant Evil. You gotta press those 4 buttons at the same time, like every 20 seconds. Okay. Then just whenever like, they all come back up together. Yeah. And then every 10 seconds, minus whatever cooldown reduction you have to press Spear of Darkness, Nightshade, and Evil Eye Shock. Okay. So that's 3 buttons you're pressing every now and then once you do it again, you gotta press 4 buttons. Yep. As a Dark Knight, if you want to get like the full damage off using the Evil Eye skills, it is important that you press Evil Eye Shock before you press Radiant Evil. Because while Radiant, which is this big thing right here, you see that big Evil Eye summon? Yep. While that is active, you cannot use Evil Eye Shock. So it's important to use use Shock beforehand before you use Radiant Evil.
Is that just like an animation thing, or is there like it's like in the tooltip?
I don't even think it's in the tooltip. I haven't really read that. That's just how it's been.
Okay.
Also, I'm on It's actually really awkward because I wonder if I should have talked about this beforehand, but
no, all good.
I'm basically playing like I'm on Korea right now because I'm not on 10 attack speed. I'm only on 8. At least I'm pretty sure this is just 8. So this is actually not how like a GMS Dark Knight would like fully perform.
Yeah, it would be faster.
It would be faster, but even then, it'd feel much better for sure. But Dark Knight actually doesn't really gain too much damage from 0 attack speed. I want to say, compared to Hero, where Hero gains like 10 something FD maybe, Dark Knight probably only gains like 4.
Okay.
But even then, it's still like the best inner ability top line that you want to roll.
Now, is that because of the damage distribution of like your main skill, your main bossing skill that you're using here? Does it just does less? I'm guessing.
Gungnir is really strong.
Oh, okay.
So, but even then, it's still like not like a crazy large chunk. I mean, it's a good chunk of your BA, but it's not like an insane like massive chunk basically. I'm about to do my burst here.
Yeah, okay.
And then, oh, I forgot to use Radiant Evil. It's all good. One thing that's weird, though, is that this is going to get changed when the bounce patch comes out, is that this burst skill I have here, which is called Darkness Aura, it has a stacking system. And every time it hits, like, you do a tick of damage on the boss, this just got really awkward for some reason. I don't even know what happened. But every time you do some damage on the boss, or every time it ticks the boss, it gains a stack. And then the stack determines how many activations the last hit will do.
Okay.
And it goes up to 10 stacks. So like I believe it's 5 or it's like 4 activations without any stacks. Or I gotta read it. It's something around there, but then it does like triple the damage if you have max stacks on it.
Okay. And what are you getting stacks from?
So when you have the skill active, it just ticks on the boss. It does damage just over time.
Okay.
Like while you're next to it. And then you get a stack.
Okay. Okay. I mean, it looks pretty straightforward.
Yeah. I'm like almost done. Like probably a minute and a half left.
Okay.
Whenever my widget comes back up.
Yeah. So some of your stuff like desynced a little bit, and it didn't really matter that much. Did you just like wait for the next like cycle of them to come up to like resync them?
That's what I like to do personally.
Yeah, okay.
Because it just feels better that way. Because I don't want my low cooldown skills to be too desynced, otherwise I feel like I lose track of them.
Yeah.
And one of the inner abilities that Dark Knight can use is cooldown skip. But overall, it's only really mostly important for Evil Eye Shock. As after you unlock all your masteries, which can be kind of inconvenient because you know how I mentioned earlier about not being able to use it with Radiant Evil? Mm-hmm. You could like cooldown skip Evil Eye Shock, but then if you use Radiant Evil right after, you cooldown skip the skill, but you can't even use it again.
You can't press it anyway, yeah.
Yeah, so it can get kind of awkward. So I think just like a safe inner that Dark Knights will probably go for would just be like, if they don't need the buff duration for skills like Dark Resonance, which has a low duration and a bit of a high cooldown, but it gives you final damage. Mm-hmm. If they don't need the buff duration because they have it from other sources, I'm about to stop this. Then they would go like attack speed, boss damage, and abnormal damage for a good bossing inner. So the damage distribution on this, even with not even like 0 attack speed, Gungnir did 28%.
Damn, okay.
And this is just a raw BA, yeah. So this does not like fully represent, again, like in-game Dark Knight, Max Hexa, everything. Mm-hmm. Well, my second strongest skill is Spear of Darkness. This is like your best fit job skill by far. I think you maxed this skill out pretty early on for like a full DPM Hexa build, just because of how powerful this skill is. And then over here is my burst skill, Cyclone. And then like Evil Eye skills, they're also really strong because all of them combined is like, is like a good chunk of the BA. This is almost nearly 30% of my BA just off of Evil Last skills.
Yeah.
And then Darkness over here. My Origin didn't really do that much damage, but that's just how it goes.
Okay.
But yeah, overall, not too bad. And that's it.
That's
for
that.
that.
Okay, so like, let's get a ranking then. So if you had to rank your burst performance comparatively to like other classes, and just for like the entirety of all of these rankings, let's say B is average. Where would you put Dark Knight's burst?
Burst damage?
Yeah.
Probably a B.
Yeah, pretty average.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
It does not stand out for sure.
Okay. And most of the stuff that I mean, we'll see it later when we look at like your breakdown on your main, your damage breakdown on your main.
Yeah.
But most of the stuff that you are going to increase the damage of through your Hexa, is that just going to increase the damage of like everything fairly evenly? So it'll just increase your burst output. It'll increase your DPM output because it's just increasing the damage of a lot of your skills.
So I guess it just really depends on what skills you level for like burst and DPM and stuff. Back when Six Job first came out, there was a very serious Chaos Kalos meta where Dark Knights were basically leveling skills like only Calamitous Cyclone and Dead Space, just so they can get their burst damage up to get into C Kalos parties. Because these are really like the two skills that mostly affect your burst damage.
Okay.
Other skills are nice overall for like full on DPM, but it wasn't really that good. And then back then, Darkness Aura, while technically could be used as part of a burst skill, the skill was a lot weaker. So like you could level it, but it just felt like it kind of felt garbage to level it up, honestly. Okay. So a lot of Dark Knight players, if they wanted burst damage, they just mainly went for Cyclone in its face.
Okay.
Even though that's not really what you would ideally do if you want to just increase your overall damage.
Yeah.
On this class.
Okay. So there are ways that you could increase your burst a little bit more if you wanted to, just like by leveling things in a maybe less efficient order.
Yeah. For sure.
Okay, got it. Let's talk about your DPM then. So, what's going on while you aren't bursting?
So like I mentioned earlier, it's the Gungnir spams.
Yep.
And then every time the skills are back up, you press 4 skills at the same time with Dark Spear, Nightshade, Evil Last Shock, and Radiant Evil. And then Radiant Evil has like twice the cooldown of the other skills. So when all those skills come back up, you press them all again except Radiant Evil.
Okay.
So you press 3 skills every cycle and then 4 skills every other cycle. And so whenever you like pop all those skills, it just feels like you're doing a pretty good chunk of damage.
Yeah.
It's honestly pretty satisfying.
So it's like, because of those 4 skills having fairly short cooldowns, that's why Dark Knight benefits so much from having the cooldown reduction on Hat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got it.
There's like not even like a goal amount that you go for. You just get as much
as much as you can.
There's a few Dark Knights on Konos that have -6 second hats, which is absolutely expensive.
Yeah, that's insane.
Ridiculously expensive.
That's insane. I think I've seen one linked in chat once, a -6.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot. Okay, so it's like overall, it's like 5 buttons, right? So you've got like your basic attack, Gungnir or whatever.
Yep.
And then your 4 cooldowns.
Yep, Gungnir plus 4 cooldowns. That's pretty much it.
Which mostly like kind of all line up at the same time, so you don't have to like worry too much about managing a lot of different cooldowns.
Yeah.
Okay. Not bad. So let's just go into a ranking then. What would you rank the off burst on the class?
The off burst, probably. I have been saying this class is pretty strong, just like based off of full DPM. I would unironically give the off burst an S.
Yeah, sure. With that many skills that are doing like a good chunk of your damage on like 10-second or shorter cooldowns, I have to imagine that it's actually like really solid.
Yeah.
Having not even really seen it like actually in a boss dealing damage, but we'll see that later. Okay, so really solid DPM. Is there anything else to note? Like, if you happened to be playing with a continuous ring, would you worry about trying to line up those 4 skills in the comp procs, or are you just kind of sending them on cooldown no matter what?
My main Dark Knight uses a comp 5. I never do. I always just pop them off cooldown.
Just send them on cooldown.
Whether it lines up with the comp or not.
Okay.
But then, like, when it comes to burst skills like Cyclone and stuff and Darkness Aura, I want to make sure that those are in con.
Okay.
Malorigin and all that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
For sure.
Okay. So it's not like crazy, not too much to manage, like no matter what ring you're playing. All right. Let's talk about I'm going to laugh because I've heard a lot of people say that Dark Knight's mobility is like pretty terrible, but I guess we'll get you to show it off. So what's your mobility like?
Yeah, it's really not that great.
Okay.
But honestly, for me, it gets the job done. One of the biggest things I see people talk about is their dislike of Explore Warriors not having a proper up jump. You just have this upcharge skill.
Yeah.
Which you've done the other 2 Warriors already.
Yep.
So I'm sure they've talked about this to an extent. But I actually really think it's convenient because while we can do this, we can flash jump right after.
Yep.
That's like one of the things I really like about it. And then something else is that if you get debuffed by a boss where you can't jump, you can still use the up jump.
Oh,
so I'm not really
true.
sure how often that like happens in bosses. I haven't really been keeping track of that. But it's I really don't mind the up jump.
Yeah.
But other than that, we just have that, rush to get out of certain situations and bosses.
Okay.
We're pretty slow.
That's a short little dash, and that would be the dash would be faster if you had attack speed 10 or 0 or whatever you want to call it, right? Yeah.
This is actually apparently 70% of the range of Hero's dash.
Okay.
Hero's dash goes much further.
I mean, that could be a good thing in certain situations, right?
Yeah, it's a good thing or a bad thing. Yeah. It depends.
All right. And that's it. So that's
it.
You've got the up jump, you've got the flash jump, and you've got the dash.
Yep.
Do you have any skills that like stall you in the air at all, or no?
Yeah, we have blink.
Okay, you caught me off guard with that one. Okay, we got blink.
It'd be a situation where you're like moving, but you want to hit the ground quickly. You could use a leap attack. That's not too bad.
Oh, okay, so you can like go back down to the ground faster.
But like, I don't really ever see myself like. I feel like I don't really do this.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
That's just there.
Fair enough. What else was I gonna ask? You can use all of your skills while airborne, yeah? Is there anything that you're like locked out of not being able to use if you're in the air?
I guess really just Cyclone, which is our burst.
Okay.
Since it's a key down skill, you just gotta stay grounded for that.
Okay.
Other than that, yeah, I believe everything could be used in the air.
Okay. So like all of those short cooldowns, it doesn't matter. You can just use them in the air, yeah. Okay.
Yep, you can like jump cast them, flash them through a boss, and pop them all.
Yeah. All right, not bad. Not great, but not bad. All right, so if you had to rank the mobility then, keeping all other classes in mind, where would you rank it?
Do I even want to try to give it a C at best? I don't even know. This is like it's like somewhere between a D and a C, man. I'm like,
yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty fair.
I'm not even sure.
Let's
I think it maybe gets the job done.
Yeah, let's give it a C. Let's give it a C.
Okay.
I think it's like a little bit better than some of the other classes that we've had in D. I don't even remember what we had in D, but there's definitely been at least one. And I think it's probably like a little bit better than what like some of the classes that I'm thinking of. But yeah, like I'm pretty sure, I don't know, we just end up putting it in the same spot as like Hero, really, right?
C should be fine.
Yeah.
Though Hero has that one like other rush skill, which Dark Knights don't have.
Yeah, the one that like dashes you to the boss or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hero might have been a little bit better. I don't really remember, but It's all good. I think a C is fair for this. I'm gonna be honest. It's not like you can't move, you know?
Yeah.
All right. We'll call it a C. Okay. Now we'll go into one of the big selling points. We'll talk about the survivability. So like where Dark Knight lacks the ability to dodge stuff, it gains the ability to not have to worry about dodging stuff, right?
It's I mean, you still dodge things that I haven't.
Yeah,
but
sure.
It can get away with a lot of things.
Yeah.
I just need an idea. What was the exact placement for Mihal on this? Because I saw you interview with Arco, but I forgot.
I'm pretty sure we gave it a double S.
A double S? I was thinking y'all gave it like a triple S for a second. Because whatever that is, you just like turn it down like one notch.
Yeah, we might have given it a triple S. I don't remember. It was like it was up there though. It was by far the highest.
Yeah, like Dark Knight is only maybe slightly below that.
Okay. Okay, so what do you have in your kit that is allowing you to just stand in stuff that would like otherwise, you know, kill most other players? So like healing or shielding or damage reduction or the door that you were showing off earlier. Like now we can get into the specifics of that stuff. So
as funny as it sounds, outside of Final Pact, we actually don't have like an on-demand iframe.
Okay.
Our Final Pact is basically our only iframe. The other skills that do give us this like survivability, over here at third job, we have this skill called Lord of Darkness. Every single attack activation that we do increases our max HP by 2%, which includes all of like the 10 activations that Dark Spear does. So you use Dark Spear, it's like a 20% HP heal.
Okay. Damn.
So we got that going for it. And then over at, I mentioned earlier, Final Pact.
Yep.
At fourth job, this is the really broken skill, which you can have either at like, you know, a 90-second door or a minute and a half long cooldown or minute and a half long iframe with like an 8-minute cooldown. We also got Dark Resonance, which mostly is just added to auto buff to give you the final damage buff. Mm-hmm. But whenever we are able to like have this skill off of cooldown, by reducing the cooldown by attacking the boss, when you press it, it restores your HP back to full. And I feel like, generally speaking, when I boss on my KMS Dark Knight, whenever I want to use Dark Resonance to heal my HP, I almost always have it up.
Okay.
So it just heals me back to full without having to worry about like my potion cooldown or anything. Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
And then fifth job, Dark Spear is mainly used for damage. I've never really used it for this, but whenever you do have Dark Spear active, while you are throwing the spear out, there is a really short buff, which gives you 10% damage reduction.
Okay.
While you are activating the skill. Like, it's just there. Like, it's not... Like, the skill is too strong to be using it for defensive capabilities, but it exists.
Yeah.
And then we also have Darkness Aura, which it gives us an HP shield beyond 100%, and there's also a damage reduction to it as well. Like, I believe there's a 30% HP shield, and we also take 10% reduced damage while the skill is active.
Damn, okay.
So we just get even tankier while we have it on.
And that's your is that your one of your burst skills?
Yeah, this is my burst skill.
Okay.
Before, whenever you pop the last hit of Darkness Aura, that activation right there, the skill would just go away completely. But they changed it to where it doesn't go away whenever you pop it. Okay. It just goes away after the 40 seconds is over.
Yeah.
Just like way better. And then there is also Blitz Shield, which every Explorer Warrior has. I hardly use the skill, I'm not gonna lie. Even for like survivability stuff, like I've almost never used Blitz Shield.
Yeah.
There are some ways we could like really fully min-max like play in this class, weaving in Blitz Shield every now and then, but I almost never do.
Yeah.
But it exists if you want that like little extra shield.
I mean, if you have so much other survivability and you don't have to worry about it, then like why even worry about another button, you know?
Yeah, right. But no, that's it. It's pretty crazy.
Okay. Damn. So it's got healing, it's got shielding, it's got its own very short door. It's got or long door, I guess, whatever. However you...
Yeah, depending on which mode you want to use.
Okay, wait. So can we go look at the door skill again? I want to see. Yeah. I want to see the 3 different settings. So it's 10 seconds, 20 seconds, or 40 seconds.
It's 2 seconds, 8 seconds, and 40 seconds.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna tell you right now, nobody uses the middle one.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't think like they either just want the really short cooldown or the really long iframe. There is no in between.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's still. What's the cooldown on the short one?
It is, so it says 173 seconds, but whenever you die, there's like an hourglass that shows above your head with a bar that you have to fill up by hitting the boss. And you have a set amount of time to fill up that bar. When you fill up the bar, the skill gets a massive cooldown reduction. So over here it says 173 seconds, and then if you meet the conditions, the cooldown will shorten by 70 seconds.
Damn, okay.
So there's this thing that I can use over here real quick. I have like this Maple Scouter open on the side, which tells you like the exact skill cooldown. So 173 with level 250 Mercedes and a 2-second hat. That is a 160-second cooldown. So the base cooldown is already 160 whenever I pop the skill.
Yep.
And if I fulfill the hit conditions, it goes down from 160 seconds to 90 seconds.
Yeah, okay.
And yeah, so I just cheat death every 90 seconds. I just don't die.
Yeah. And that iframe, that's the one that's extended by your buff duration, right? So
yeah, but the first one's only 2 seconds, so it only becomes like 4 seconds.
Yeah.
So that's like hardly matters.
Yeah, okay. I mean, still 4 seconds better than 2 seconds, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Got it. So like a 90-second, yeah, okay. I mean, it's crazy. Like the flexibility of it is really cool. That you can just use it for like whatever situation you're in, I guess.
Yeah, long forms are more for like when the boss fight is almost over, you could just pop it.
Yeah, for sure.
If you feel comfortable enough in like your own mechanics and stuff that you won't really die or use the core one as much, you could just use the long one, just for like more damage uptime on a boss.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to worry about dodging anything.
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy. Okay. Let's give this. Okay, we gave Zero and Lynn also double S's. So I'm guessing that we put Mihail a tier above that. So are we giving this a double?
I give it a double.
90 seconds of invincibility is insane. I mean, obviously there's a lot of other stuff going on there, but 90 seconds of invincibility is wild. I'm playing this class. I'm actually taking a bathroom break mid-boss, bro. Like, it's wild.
Like, yeah, it's insane.
Holy shit, I had no idea. All right, so let's talk about your... I think you did a pretty good job of describing what was going on in your like damage rotation. We can use this section if you want to maybe do like a bit of a boss showcase. So we can see what your like rotation would be like in a practical situation if you want to do that.
Is this where I like move servers, or like do you want to see me do like a ball here or something? I'm not.
I think it's up to you. If you want to move, I'm down. I'd be super happy to watch you do it on the test server or whatever, like with your main. Yeah. Unless there's like some stuff that you maybe want to, like, unless the skills have any like extra little things that we haven't had a chance to talk about yet. Yeah, I think I'm at a point where I think I understand what's going on. So, I'm more than happy to watch.
Outside of the 2-minute changes, I don't really think there's anything that's like crazy different.
Yeah. Oh, true. Yeah. If you do it on the other account, it'll be with everything at 2 minutes.
I'll be bursting every 2 minutes instead of 3. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's fine. Let's go see it. Let's go see it with 2-minute changes then.
And then is there a boss that you'd want to see, or like I'm not even sure what I would like test on here.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly, I have no idea like how strong you are on KMS. So I don't even know like what your regular like bosses that you do are.
Solo wise, I mean, I guess one of the main ones I could show would be like Exodus.
Okay.
That one's like pretty standard.
Yeah.
Decent solo boss.
A lot of people have been showing like Ex Lotus or like Saren or something, so that's cool. That works.
Yeah. Yeah, I can hop on.
Sure. Yeah, let's do it.
Let me relog though. This might take a few minutes.
Mm-hmm. All good, all good. So wait, how strong is your character on KMS?
So I am, if you are familiar with any like Maple Scouter numbers or anything, I am 103.7k. I am very, very close to being able to solo Chaos Kalos. I'm like maybe like one small upgrade away from making it happen. But also, I think we're getting like a really good damage buff in the KMS patch this week, which will just let me do it by default. Which then pushes me to nearly being strong enough to possibly even duo hard limbo. But that still might like be a bit. But and then I'm getting, you know, inching my way towards being able to do hard Baldrix, which is a much tougher boss.
I haven't seen anything about Baldrix.
Yeah.
That's a hard one?
That one is...
You have to be 290 to do Baldrix, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have to worry about that. I'm not hitting 290 anytime soon. Yeah, the boss looks sick, though. Like, just visually, Baldrix looks sick.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's not too bad of a boss to learn as well, too.
How much have you tested the new guy?
A little bit. I've gotten to a point where I understand what you're supposed to do, but I'm not really the best at, like, executing in that fight.
Yeah, okay.
Especially when, like... It's pretty tough if you're bad at the boss because there's like a gauge system, and the difference between like having a maxed out gauge and an empty gauge, you literally do double your damage with a maxed out gauge.
Damn,
compared to having no gauge at all. So it's very, very skill based, and if you mess up, it really screws with how much damage you're able to do.
Damn.
All right, so let me share this real quick. Let me turn the sound on. Okay. Oh, I don't have ASOS. I just need to sort my preset.
No meso. What?
And then
you're poor like me.
Yes, sir. I'll go into practice mode with a VIP buff.
Dude, your UI is crazy different. I don't even know half those things you just clicked.
A lot of the changes for the UI are coming in a month. But of course, there are some additional changes that you guys won't get at that time. That KMS has been like continuously updating. But I'll try my best to not use my Ascent. I feel like I shouldn't. Because I mean that's still like, even though the bounce patch is a month away, that skill is maybe like 4 months out.
Sure.
So
you can use the Ascents at the end. How about that? You can just use it to like finish off the. I mean, I don't even know how long it's going to take you to do like a full Ex Lotus, but
I'm not quite sure either.
Yeah, all good. Use them at the end after everything else has been shown off.
Okay. We have a prep room.
Oh.
Any skill that's on cooldown, it gives it back.
Oh my god, I need that so bad. I keep forgetting that change is coming. Yeah, all the Lost Ark players, we were begging for that since the beginning.
So yeah, just start off with the origin. And then once my continuous is back up, I cyclone.
Okay. What's the cooldown on cyclone?
That, I just go through my skills. 3 minutes in GMS, 2 minutes in KMS.
Okay. So it is just like part of your burst.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is your main burst skill.
Yeah. What do you have for your cooldown reduction on your hat here?
5 seconds.
Damn.
Because what we also have here, well, I guess for reg/interactive worlds is bonus potential.
Yep.
My main pot is 4 seconds, and I have a 1 second line on my bonus pot. So I can use the skills like every 7 seconds, while they have a 10 seconds cooldown.
Yeah, that's crazy. I want 5-second cooldown reduction.
Yeah, usually in-gamers strive for 4 seconds with a line of stat.
Yeah.
Because 5 or 6 is way too difficult to get.
Yeah. You'd have to be like actually Jeff Bezos in-game to be going for that.
Or you just get so incredibly lucky that it just happens. Alright, so 2 minutes have passed. I'm gonna burst again right after this shield.
No, obviously your damage distribution here is going to be like a little bit different because of the 2-minute patch, like the 2-minute changes, but I'm just watching the HP, and every time your like 7-second cooldowns come up, it's like a pretty big chunk.
It is. Especially as a con user as well too.
Yeah.
In return, my burst isn't really doing that much damage. If I can remember to, I'll do a BA for phase 3.
Okay.
And then maybe see what I can be at. Also, this is like the first time in a million years I've entered Annihilation for phase 1. This is awkward.
Yeah. I love how you're just like healing up so much of this damage.
Yeah, no, my HP's like always nearly full. I'll probably need one more burst to get out of here.
And yeah, this damage is pretty solid. Did your damage go, like, overall, did your, I guess just, like, your overall damage, did it go up or down or stay fairly the same when you got the 2-minute patch?
Probably a really small increase, because with Dark Knight, they didn't really, like, overly buff anything.
Yeah.
The 2-minute patch just adjusted the damage. Like, it cut a lot of our damage on our skills just to match with the change.
Yeah.
Now I'll just cyclone out of here. And then that's
kind of a lot of damage.
SP1.
Kind of a lot of damage.
Yeah, damage-wise, relative to like other players in the server, though, I'm not even close to doing the same amount of damage as the top dogs. They are like so much stronger. It's insane. They do like more than double my damage.
Damn.
You got the strongest dudes in the server soloing hard limbo, and I'm struggling to do C-Cals, which has less than half the HP.
Now, is that like a whale difference?
Oh yeah, definitely. There's now I do spend. I'm no like extreme crazy whale though. Yeah. But I would say like the realistic peak for someone who plays on here free to play is they could probably get pretty close to like hardball jigs, which is honestly like really far. That's like being able to do nearly every boss in the game except for X-Calling and X-Adversary whenever that comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Actually funny due to like KMS power creep and stuff before GMS got Mastery 3 and 4. I challenged Chapaz to a 1v1.
Mm-hmm.
Who's probably like the strongest dude on Chronos, maybe.
Yeah.
More than, I mean that I could be wrong, I don't even know. And I still lost. With all the power creep that I had.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure I watched Chapaz do most of this fight too. That damage is just unethical. Like, that is wild. I don't know. That class as a whole too is pretty crazy.
For now. Yeah, really just basic stuff going on at the moment.
Yeah.
I can't really say I'm doing anything like too extra. Class is very plain. I wish I had like some cooler tricks to show off, but as far as I'm aware of, nothing really.
No, it's cool. I mean, some people are like looking. Actually, a lot of people coming over to Maple. I found out how many people actually like stuff like simple.
Yeah. I mean, that's a decent amount going for it. Like, I would say, definitely not the most desirable class to pick up for party bossing, especially in a server like GMS where they have more buffs that give you more final damage during your burst. And as we mentioned before, Dark Knight isn't necessarily like, you know, that strong of a burst class.
Yeah.
So it does fall flat a little bit in party play, but it's still good.
Yeah, I think if you're new, like, just having the ability to heal up a lot of the damage that you're taking in any situation where you're not just, like, taking a hit that does, like, 200% damage or whatever.
Yeah.
That's enough of a selling point. And then on top of that, you get, like, you know, the potentially very short cooldown door. So you have, like... Yeah, you've got way more opportunity to like mess stuff up if you're new compared to other classes.
Yeah, one thing that I am doing that you can't really do in GMS at the moment, I think it will come with... It either came with a 2-minute change or with our summer update. I don't remember which one. But I'm able to use Erda Nova while using other skills. Like, I don't have to stop what I'm doing just to bind the boss. And it also works during my feed-down skill as well, too.
Okay.
Now, Exodus has been nerfed a bit in, like, terms of boss mechs. Which I believe are changes that GMS will get soon. But honestly, I don't really feel much of a difference when I play it on here.
Just like less damage?
Some attacks there's just certain things that don't do anymore.
Oh, okay.
Like, certain skills take longer to activate. There's also like some attacks that fling you up in the air if they hit you a certain amount of times.
Yep.
They don't do that anymore. Also, I just died there. I proc Final Pack.
All good? You got the long one on?
No, that wasn't the long one. I'm gonna pop it soon, though.
Oh, okay, okay.
I can go ahead and retoggle that after I do this burst.
When would you send your Ascent skills? During burst?
No.
No?
Ascent skills, they're technically best used off burst when there's like literally nothing up, because when you have your burst skills active, like all your buffs and everything, it does not increase the damage that skill does.
Oh, true. Yeah, I forgot about that.
The biggest thing they're used for is like, oh, I'm about to like, I don't want to do another burst to get out of this boss phase.
Yeah.
So you just pop an instant skill.
Yeah.
To do that big chunk of damage to get you out.
Can you hit like all 3 of them just back to back to back?
Yeah. So yeah, I just toggled on long pack.
Yep.
So whenever I end up dying, I'll just pop it. I either die on accident or it will take long enough to where I'll just pop it on purpose.
Yeah.
Which if I don't die by the time I do my next burst, I'll just die right after my next burst.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I just died. Oh well.
Okay. That's good. We got it. It's procced.
See, I think my buff duration here is a bit lower though. It's at only 80. So I think that's a 72-second duration.
Okay.
Which is still long.
Yeah.
I'm about to pop my origin as well.
Okay, that chunked a little bit. Yeah, the end of your burst is crazy.
Yeah.
It's like a little backloaded after the cyclone.
Like because you pop the last of the cyclone does like half the skill's damage.
Oh, okay.
This and then you have Darkness Aura, you pop that right afterwards, which is even more damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, my full pack is ending, which I didn't really want to pop during burst because I feel like the boss is normally bound anyway, so it just feels like a waste.
Yeah. All right, send these ascents whenever. I want to see how much damage they do.
Oh yeah? Yeah, I could.
Will all 3 of them kill the boss from where he's at right now, or not quite? I don't know how much they do.
I did like 6%.
Okay.
One of them did 6%, yeah.
Damn.
So I could pop the other 2, probably like a total of 12. Yeah.
Damn, okay.
That much.
Yo.
So it just very easily dies whenever I burst again.
Yeah. That shit was crazy. That was sick. Are most classes ascent skills like fairly similar in terms of damage, or are there some that just do like way more damage than others?
I think most of them are about similar in damage.
Yeah, that's what I would guess.
I didn't really need to burst like that. I did like nothing.
It's all good. It's dead. So free.
I did forget to BA though. That happens very often.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Honestly, this whole rotation, it completely makes sense to me. I'm good. I'm following.
Yeah, it's really, really simple. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Someone said Gloom would be sick. You gotta see it. I assume you just pop all 3 of them on the first open and it just dies.
Yeah, on the first open. Yeah.
Oh, before the open?
I mean, there is a thing with the sense skills where any damage reduction that is applied on a boss, it just ignores it.
It goes through the damage reduction. Oh no.
Yeah. So I can just go in. I don't even think I need to pop 3. I think I just need to pop 2.
What? Okay.
That's that's it.
Okay.
So yeah, does any like C10 bosses or whatever? Like these don't even matter. Just 2-shot them.
Yeah, that's wild. Damn. Damn.
Man, that was like a decently fair bossing showcase with Exodus.
Yeah.
I wish like I said earlier, I wish I didn't die when I did with full pact. But sometimes, you know, accidents happen.
Yeah. It's like kind of what it's there for, but also like obviously if you're like trying to min-max, then
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to ask for your biased rating in this ranking here. For basically more or less how much you enjoy the class, how much fun you have playing it, how engaged it's keeping you in boss fights. Like, where would you rank it? Yeah.
What's above
biased.
S? What's above S? Like, bro, I give it like a Z. Like, I don't even know. I just
He's playing like 4 of these. How many Dark Knights do you have across all the different like Maplestory clients?
So, how many I have access to? Probably not too many. But in the past, I have played maybe like 7.
Damn.
Up to 250 plus.
Damn.
But I really only have like the 2 that I have right now at 6 job. The one on GMS and the one on KMS.
If you couldn't play a Dark Knight, what would your next choice be for class?
Do I have to answer that question?
Quit?
Well, there's some pretty strong contenders lately. I did a whole YouTube series on KMS review where I played a Buck and I had a really good time playing Buck.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind playing Buck again. Also the new class that just came out, Lin, that class is also super fun.
Yep.
Those are definitely up there.
Yeah, I just interviewed a Buck the other day and it's pretty cool. The movement on that class is like, it's actually crazy that you go from like really enjoying Dark Knight to wanting to play Buck because like it's like night and day movement differences.
Like my boss mules consist of Battle Mage, Lin, and FP. Battle Mage, I also really like Battle Mage. I wouldn't mind playing a bound. FP, I need to figure out what I'm doing wrong with this class. I like the DPM playstyle, but I just can't help but feel like something's wrong.
Yeah, interesting. I actually haven't talked to a Fire Poison yet, so I really have no idea what's going on with that class.
Yeah. Like, there's also my Mihal on Chronos. I mean,
that class looks really fun. Like different, unique.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I dig it though. So there's a number of options, but ideally, there's always Dark Knight.
Ideally, just Dark Knight forever. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right. 295 when? I'm just kidding. You don't have to answer that.
Soon. Soon.
Okay. So let's talk about the difficulty of this class. Specifically, what I usually like to ask is like, what do you think, playing Dark Knight for this long, what do you think would be the hardest thing, even if it's not that hard, for a new Dark Knight player to pick up on?
That's tougher. I don't really know. The class is pretty basic. I guess just yeah, well, like, what is hard? I'm not I don't really know. I don't think it's like really that tough. It's like I showed earlier, you just hold jiggle in the air. There are some, like, I guess bossing techniques I wouldn't know about. Like, I think there are some newer Dark Knight players I wouldn't know that shoot at the chain, like Dark Spear and Nightshade together at the same time, or you need to pop Evil Eye Shock before Radiant Evil. There's, like, you know, certain small things like that.
Yeah.
But it's like once you have a basic understanding of that, the class isn't really hard.
Someone asked if you need to position anywhere specific to get like all the hits off on any of your skills.
Oh, you gotta hug the boss with Dark Spear.
Okay.
You want to pop that skill off cooldown as soon as possible, and you need to be on top of the boss, or else the skill just does no damage.
Okay. So maybe that then, just like playing super aggro and always being close to the boss, because that skill is like kind of a fairly short cooldown, right? Like yours is 6 seconds, 7 seconds. So you pretty much just always have to be on the boss.
Yeah, mine's like 7 seconds.
Yeah. Okay, overall then, what would you rank the difficulty of the class? If like D is low, like easy.
Harder than Bowmaster.
Okay. What if we end up putting Bowmaster in its own category? Because I think that's where we're leaning towards right now.
Put like a, I mean, is that below D?
Yeah.
I mean, I just can't see this class being any higher than a C.
Yeah.
I guess there are just certain things, like, a C at absolute, like, highest. Like, there's just no way.
Sure, yeah. Yeah. I think that seems fair based on, like, I guess, like, the combination of your lack of mobility, but also, like, wanting to stay close to the boss, and then having more than one button to press. Like, having to try to press 4 buttons, line them up, not desync them.
Yeah.
So I think we can... I think a C is fair. There's definitely a lot of classes that are more straightforward and more simple than this. Yeah. All right. We're going to go with the C. Okay. Let's talk about... You kind of brushed on it a little bit, but let's talk about your support in a party. So any kind of buffs that you bring to a party, or like utility, or anything
absolutely.
Like that? Yeah.
We have
Blink.
a beholder buff. You can't really read it, but it says 40 attack and 10 crit rate. And then we also have a hyper skill, okay, which gives the buff an extra 30 attack. However, in a party play, the party members only get half the effects. So it's 35 attack and 5 crit rate.
Okay.
That is what we provide to a party.
That's it.
That's 35 attack and 5 crit rate. Hey, that's like 1% final damage.
That's pretty good.
Support is support.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. Dark Knight is a support, yeah. Okay, what would you rank your support capabilities then?
I mean, that's gotta be like the low, definitely better than classes that just straight up are completely selfish.
Yeah.
So like if selfish classes were at D, then this one's at a C. Cause like, hey, one FD is better than 0.
One FD, true. Yeah, you're right.
At least it's not dual blades here.
Yeah. 5% crit. Hey, that could help, you know? That could help. Someone said we got Heroes Echo. Doesn't like every class have Heroes Echo?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. That's crazy. Okay, let's talk about your Hexa stuff. Specifically, your masteries and how they affect your damage output or your playstyle when you unlock them.
Masteries are definitely huge. However, it doesn't really change the playstyle of the class. Before, we weren't able to actually use Nightshade with Dark Spear until we got the mastery for the skill first. But then they changed it to where you can. So like, it doesn't even change anything anymore. Like, I would say the main things that really change is Beholder's Revenge, which I have never really talked about the skill at all, just because it's like a completely passive skill.
Okay.
Which, it's like an attack that ticks on the boss from the Evil Eye, which has a 5-second cooldown. But there is no more cooldown for its Hexa version. The skill it activates by like a 60% chance, and it just attacks more frequently with less damage.
Okay.
And that's really all that's different. But all of that like just happens within the Evil Eye, so like gameplay doesn't really change.
Yeah.
Like there are no gameplay changes with Mastery, but it is a really nice damage gain to have the Masteries though. The biggest gameplay change out of the Masteries would have to be with your mobbing skill Dark Impale, because when you unlock Dark Impale, you get an enhanced version called Dark Bidance, which you can pop every 6 seconds, which has a much higher range than Dark Impale. Which you can see how much bigger it is. Like this is the skill right there, and then this is regular Dark Impale.
Oh shit, okay.
So like there's just a wider range of mobbing.
Yeah.
So I think I popped it twice there because of high ping. So that's just that's really it. Like that's all that really gets like a drastic change, really.
Yeah. In terms of like damage gain for just basically unlocking stuff or like very low frag investment, would you say it's like fairly significant?
If you get all the masteries at level 1 compared to just like getting 6 job, that's like probably a 20 FD gain.
Damn, okay.
It's a pretty good boost to get all these skills unlocked.
Yeah.
And then of course when you level up skills, I would say the masteries are ranked in like their exact order. I could be wrong on this. The second mastery could be better than the first. But in terms of importance, I believe it does go in order from M1 all the way to M4.
Okay.
And if not, then M2 is better than M1.
Okay. And all of the 5th job boosts are like just like a linear damage gain on whatever skill?
Yeah, well, Dark Spear is like the biggest boost.
Yeah.
Followed by maybe Cyclone, and then Radiant Evil, and then Darkness Aura.
Okay.
I would say.
Okay. So, if you had to rank Dark Knight's need for unlocking Hexa, for someone who like maybe wants to try it out and they're deciding whether or not they want to hyper burn it, or if they just want to kind of like slowly gear it up and level it without a hyper burn, so like not being 6 job, what do you think you would rank it based on? Like 2 things, right? The change in play style, which apparently there is none, and
there's not really much,
and then also keeping the like the damage gain in mind compared to like what other classes are gaining.
I'm not really sure how it compares to other classes, or just like how important it is for them. Yeah. It's like the main thing that's really stuck with me is like classes like Battle Mage, they get just so much of their Hexa damage early on.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure Dark Knight is not that way at all, but you still get a pretty good amount.
Yeah. I mean, 20 sounds like a lot. There's been a lot of classes that are like, yeah, our masteries basically do like nothing to unlock.
Oh yeah, some classes are just unfortunate like that.
Yeah.
I would definitely say, I mean, it is only 200 frags to get all the masteries at level 1.
Yeah.
I would say that's like pretty important for such a big damage gain.
Yeah.
Beyond that point, it's just like as a mule or anything, you don't really have to level up the skills too much.
Yeah. Okay. So we put it somewhere like fairly average in terms of like,
yeah,
like how important it is to get all this stuff unlocked.
I'd probably say average, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, whatever rating that is.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give it a B. The damage 20 FD from like just unlocking masteries sounds pretty significant. Like whether or not that's like very accurate or even just loosely accurate, I think that's a lot of damage gain compared to a lot of other classes that I've talked to. So, I think that alone allows it to have like a, you know, not a completely useless ranking. Okay, let's talk about your farming. What's it like farming on this class when you don't have, I mean, you only have Janus level 10.
Yeah.
So
it's not very high level.
So like, is your farming just like naturally good?
No, not really. Honestly, I feel like it can be a bit annoying until you get to Carcion.
Okay.
And the maps all become like as simple as like Sunken Ruins 2 and everything. I'm sure you've heard of people talk about SR2 a lot.
I actually don't think I have.
The most popular Carcion map. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
We're usually talking about like early Grandis maps a lot of the time because.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, my early Grandis, I hit 285 plus before Janus came out.
Yeah.
So that, oh my goodness, no. Well, I was at Arteria top deck 6, and I think I had like Fountain up here, lagging a bit. I had Fountain like up here or something. My game will actually function. and then I would like do this really weird rotation to where I would move like this, and I will go in that portal, and I actually like actively like played the game, and I did this for hours.
Yeah.
And it was I wasn't sure exactly the rotation I did, but it wasn't pretty. People were always like questioning how I farmed every single time. Obviously, with Janus, it makes something like this like way easier to do. Like I can maybe pop a ball here if I only had Janus 1, and all I had to worry about the bottom floor. But even then, I would still be doing a lot of moving left and right. I feel like it's gotten to a point where like before 285, depending on the maps, I'm not really sure like the most ideal way to farm anymore.
Yeah. No, a lot of people haven't been.
Probably, yeah. There's probably a bit of movement involved in Dark Knight, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
We don't really have any like.
You don't have any like summons. Like cheesy, like AFK for 30 seconds kind of thing.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
So it just ends up like this, and then whenever we get to Carcion, especially if you have something like level 10 Janus, I could go to like Calm Beach 2 over here, and it just gets really simple. To where, oh wow, the map's actually full. I'll go to, let's just change channels. But really, it's like super simple, where you just put a summon down, and then your Janus down on like one side of the map, in the middle of the map, and then you only have to worry about one side.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, my fountain's not up yet, but you just kind of put like fountain, a couple Janus balls here in the middle, and then you just only really worry about like being on the far left or the far right.
Yeah.
And then it just gets really simple after that.
You could just use the like empowered version of that skill like every wave, right? Because it's a 6-second cooldown.
Yeah. So basically what Dark Knight can do is every other wave you can use Radiant Evil. It does strongly depend on your cooldown hat, by the way.
Okay.
I think you need at least a 4-second hat for this to be like slightly comfortable in a way. But there is that, there's Dark Bident, being able to kind of use Dark Spear, Nightshade and stuff. It's a full clear side. You can use Radiant Evil every other wave. But again, if you don't have at least a 4-second hat for this, then you can't really rely on these skills. But it's fine. It's okay. I'm not. Yeah, it just due to the fact that like I really feel like the class swapping doesn't work too well until Carcion.
Yeah.
Which I could be proven wrong just because it's been a while.
Yeah.
Since I've trained at those levels. And if you want to use like your lower cooldown skills more frequently for every wave, you do need a 4-second hat, 4+ second hat. I will not rank this class as farming very high.
Yeah, I think I can probably agree with that. I mean, honestly, if you really like the class and you're the type of person who doesn't want to just AFK while you're farming and you actually want to press buttons, then it's fine, right? Like you get to do that.
Yeah, but then it's just once you get to that point, like the farming's perfectly fine. I'm not really doing anything.
Yeah.
Like I'm fully clearing the map just by standing here. But again, it takes a bit to get to that point on this class.
Yeah. There are probably maps in a lot of the earlier Grandest zones that you could do something similar to this as well. So it's like 1 or 2 buttons a wave.
Yeah.
It might not be like the best rate maps, but like if you're lazy and you want to just stand in one spot, then you can kind of do it. These skills have like a short enough cooldown and a big enough hitbox that it's like, okay. You still need the hat, you're right, but yeah.
Yeah. The hat for the low cooldown skills is like the biggest thing.
Yeah. Alright, so what would you rank the farming then? Pre-Janus or low Janus?
Definitely like a D pre-Janus. Like I just DC, like I'm not even. I feel like there might be some other Dark Knights who have gone through like lower Grandis more recently that can maybe say otherwise.
Yeah.
I just don't really feel like I'm like
Sure.
I'm the best person to really talk about that.
Yeah, I mean the Dark Knight. I would guess that the Dark Knight Discord or like any place where people would go for resources probably have like early maps for people to do their farming rotations, like actually like it as a resource available.
Yeah.
For like some simple stuff or the easier stuff, I guess. A lot of classes have had that, so.
I hit 275 on here before our Destiny update Explorer remaster. It was bad. It was really, really bad. It was torture.
Yeah. It's hard because like a lot of the players I'm talking to have been playing for so long that like some of the early Grandest maps have even been reworked since like you guys were there.
Yeah.
So it's like they're like, oh, I can't even show you where I did farm when I was there because it's gone.
Pretty much.
Like, well, shit. All right. Well, make something up then. You know. All right. Last section. Before I let you go, let's just talk about your Dark Knight animations. So, specifically what people have liked to see is the difference between your skills when they don't have masteries versus when they do have masteries.
What, do I like take off my nodes or?
Yeah, that's what everyone else has done. Assuming that works. I'm guessing that still works here. Yeah.
It just goes back to the older versions. Our old Gungnir, well, our just pre-6 job Gungnir is extremely small.
Mm-hmm.
I can maybe show it in an actual map. I'll just go to like 6 path or something. Which I could have just used the Maple Guide for that.
All good, all good.
Like it's like way tinier.
Oh yeah, okay.
For Gungnir, yeah. Something else, so was it Dark Impale? It's also a lot smaller, and then we don't have Dark Biden anymore.
Yeah, don't have the empowered version.
Yeah. And the Nightshade, it's a bit smaller. It does not look anywhere near as cool. And then what else is there? Beholder's Revenge. Oh yeah, that was the. I can only show that on mods that I don't one shot. I have to go somewhere else for that, or I could like take off my symbols.
Honestly, it's not like, yeah, it won't even make a difference. You're probably so strong.
No, there's no way. I'll go to.
Yeah. People are trying to take off their symbols before for other things, and it's like, you guys are so strong, you just still one-shot everything.
I do no damage. Yeah. So I don't know if you just saw that, but that was the Beholder Revenge proc. It shows like those like procs on multiple mobs, where you see like the Evil Eye.
Okay.
Right there.
Yeah.
That's the pre-Hexa version, that skill.
Okay.
And then I believe there was Final Attack, which I don't really think it was like a distinct animation to show for Final Attack.
Yeah.
And then the last one was Evil Eye Shock, which just looks a bit smaller. I don't think that it changed too much with the mastery, honestly.
Yeah.
And also, I feel like I'm like rotating around calling it either Beholder or Evil Eye, but that's just because it's called Beholder in KMS and Evil Eye in GMS.
Okay.
So yeah, like I've been calling it like both names.
Yeah, it's all good.
So if you say like either or, I'm talking about the same thing.
People are watching this like, what the hell's Beholder? All right. Yeah. So wait, now slap the other ones back on. I know we already saw them, but just for anyone who maybe is just like skipping into this section to see everything.
And then of course that's the Dark Bite, Dark Impale, which you can't even see. Gungnir, way bigger.
Yep.
I think it hits more mobs as well too. It's gotten to a point where when we had 6 Job first come out, we did not have the Dark Impale mastery, and if we were too weak, we would just mob Gungnir because it would hit enough mobs.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
And then what was it? There's also the Beholder's Revenge. It has like these like, I think it's what triggers these like stacks on a boss. or like just any regular mob. So you stack it a certain amount of times, it just activates a different skill that just does more damage. But honestly, it doesn't really seem like the animation for that really changed that much.
Yeah.
And then what was there? Nightshade? Oh yeah, that skill. The skill looks way cooler in its Hexa version.
Yeah.
Like way cooler. It's a 7-second cooldown, so I gotta wait for it.
Yeah, most of them look way better.
Shock. It's just a little bit bigger, looks a little different. And then that's mostly it for masteries.
Okay.
And of course, the 5th job skills, we have Dark Spear, which is just a purple spear that spawns right above our heads, and we just shoot it forward. Beholder Impact, or just Radiant Evil, same skill. I'm sorry. It's just a big eye that pops out. Darkness Aura. Remember, this skill used to look really bad back when it first came out, but then they changed it, and then there's this, okay, so many Dark Knights talk about it. It's never really been that important to me, but they call it the waifu. That's just, like, in the Dark Knight Discord, all the emotes in the Dark Knight Discord are based off of the Dark Knight blue-haired girl that's in that skill, plus, like, you know, Final Pact and whatnot. And if you like look really quickly for the Ascend skill, you could see her there too.
Okay,
like, she's like the icon for this class.
Okay.
Well, I never really cared. So but I feel like as a Dark Knight player, and a lot of people talk about it, I just gotta put it out. So
yeah, okay.
That's just
the rest of the Dark Knights care. They would have been mad if you didn't talk about her. I'm pretty sure. So
probably.
Yeah.
And then I guess we have Cyclone as well too.
Yeah.
Our main burst skill.
Yeah, that's a cool skill. And then the origin. Let me see the origin one more time.
Oh, yes. Dead Space. Numbers in the way though.
Damn.
We just chuck a giant spear to the ground.
Damn.
Does a decent bit of damage.
That's pretty sick. Someone was asking about like old like dragon animations or old dragon theme or something.
Oh, old Dragon Knight? Yeah, because so this class actually used to be dragon themed back in the day. They gave that to Kaiser. So that's not what Dark Knight is anymore. Even when we got like our first ever revamp like 12 years ago, they renamed 3rd Job from Dragon Knight to Berserker. Because there are no more dragon-related skills.
Yeah.
So there's no point in calling it Dragon Knight anymore.
Damn, okay.
So we lost skills like Dragon Roar, Dragon Fury, Dragon Buster, all those like type of skills. And they were like really, really cool back in the day. And just like a lot of people still like to bring it up to this day as like the more iconic skills from Classic Maple. Did
you prefer the Dragon theme or the Dark Knight theme?
I definitely feel like I like the Dark Knight theme more.
Yeah, I feel like you wouldn't be like still so in love with this class if you liked the other one better.
Probably. Yeah, I mean, if I wanted to be a dragon so bad, I'd just go play Kaiser.
Just swap to Kaiser, yeah, exactly.
Even though it's like not even remotely the same.
Yeah.
But that's just how it is.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so this is the second one, biased ranking. Well, what do you rank Dark Knight animations?
I would rank Dark Knight animations in S.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, they're pretty sick. Specifically because of that blue-haired girl, right?
Not really.
We're trying to farm the hate viewers by just talking shit about her a little bit more. I'm sending them to you, bro. I'm not dealing with them. They're all coming to you.
It's crazy.
Okay, so this is the part of the interview where I would usually like to kind of wrap it up because we kind of went through everything. If there's anything that you want to like maybe talk about that I didn't get a chance, that you haven't gotten a chance to talk about yet because I didn't ask about it, then like now would be the time. But otherwise, I'm gonna let chat ask any Dragon Knight, any Dark Knight specific questions that they might have for you. I already asked a couple, but we'll just go over it real quick. How are you being affected by 2-minute changes?
It's just nice to be able to burst with my friends. Other than that, it's like a tiny buff.
Yeah.
Didn't really change too much.
Okay.
As for like the core gameplay of the class, I low-key feel like, because like in my boss party, I'm the only person that was a 3-minute, so
yeah,
it was always kind of weird.
Okay. Next question: is your class ping reliant? This is the best guy to ask this question to.
Not really.
No.
I think the most ping reliant thing is popping the last hit of Darkness Aura.
Okay.
It can feel kind of awkward, but after testing it in both KMS and GMS, it feels so much better to do on GMS. Yeah. But it's not like a gameplay, like it's not a deal breaker by any means.
Yeah.
It doesn't even really change much.
Okay. Okay. Then we're playing with a cooldown hat, just as much as you can get.
As much as you can get.
And inner ability? What would you play? What inner ability would you go for? Attack speed +1
so on GMS, attack speed, and then probably boss damage and abnormal damage.
Okay.
If you feel like you have enough buff duration. Otherwise, you could run buff duration. That's fine. But I think you can get enough from other sources at the end game to where you don't need buff inner anymore.
Yep. All right. Sounds good. Someone wanted to know. We talked about the rings at the beginning, but maybe if you just want to cover it again real quick, are you playable with all kinds of rings? Like what's the, what would you say about class rings, Oz rings?
So, like I mentioned earlier, on Chronos, it seems like I'm seeing more Dark Knights talk about using roars, which makes perfect sense, because like the burst isn't entirely weak, there's not as much attack percent, and there's a lot of boss damage percent thanks to familiars and all that stuff. So roar is really good. Kant is also just like really good too. I feel like there's a lot of things that you won't really know the exact details of unless you like put your numbers in and things like Maple Scouter, just so you know, kind of get more info on that.
Yeah.
In my case, I definitely use continuous because I have much higher attack percent than like all of the Chronos Dark Knights, and my attack percent is still considered really low on here. So I believe there is actually like a chart somewhere that says like around my spec, like 90% of Dark Knights use a Con 5.
Okay.
Like a pretty good amount of them do.
Okay.
So that's just what I've been working with. But just due to like just different servers, you know, they got different things going on. They just use roar. Yeah. And then weapon jump, I don't even think people would ever swap to that at all. Because like I mentioned, we don't even really have a mini burst. Our mini burst is a small buff. There is a new like ring swapping feature that just came out in the test server, so where you could use weapon jump though. You could just swap to it without having to you know, stop attacking for 5 seconds to ring swap.
Oh shit, okay.
You can just swap to it whenever you want while you're attacking, and you lose nothing from it. So that's when you would like factor in weapon jump. Okay. But until then, I don't think you would want to pop it at all. And then of course there's also Risk Taker. Risk Taker with Final Pact. If you are using roar, you just pop this on and you have it up for, you know, plus 50% attack for 30 seconds while you're just DPSing the boss down while you can't get hit at all. Yeah. Okay. So when I was Dark Knight a good Legion champ, I would say absolutely for sure. Yep. I would, yeah, absolutely.
Do you think it's like a good choice for like a newer player who maybe doesn't have like a crazy amount of meso to invest and stuff like that?
I mean, I would say it's a very straightforward class to play. Mm-hmm. I know there are some things like needing maybe a little bit of buff duration and then needing like a cooldown hat and cooldown reduction. Yep. That could turn, you know, some things away from playing this class, but just getting like enough to make the class playable isn't even hard. Like I would still recommend it. Yeah. Like a -2 second CRA hat, a level 200 Mercedes. Yeah. You could roll like a buff on your inner ability for a little bit and just use that. That's like perfectly fine.
Yeah. And then it's just honestly just so, like, the damage is really good, but it's also just so... It's so tanky and so survivable in boss fights that...
Yeah.
It's probably a little bit easier to try to, like solo min cut some bosses than a lot of other classes in the game.
It's definitely a more solo-friendly class compared to party play. Like, comparing it to the other Explore Warriors, Dark Knight is the worst party class. way worse than Hero and Paladin, but
yeah,
it's still strong. It's still strong.
So it sounds like, yeah, it sounds like this is definitely a solid choice for Legion champs.
For sure.
Yeah. All right, brother. Well, that's it. We've covered everything that I ever could have wanted or expected, or I honestly think that I understand this class. I mean, I knew basically nothing about it, but yeah, I think you did a really good job, and I'd like to think I could answer a couple questions about Dark Knight if someone asked me now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It honestly looks really cool. I do think I have a hero that I really don't enjoy playing, and I'm trying to figure out what to do with him, and I think...
Yeah, it's okay. I don't enjoy hero either.
Yeah. I don't know. Something about it. I think it's... Is that... Wait. Is that what it was? Was it a hero?
Huh?
At the beginning of the interview, you said there was another class that you tried to main for a little while.
Oh no,
it wasn't hero. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Damn, I thought we were bringing it full circle. That was gonna be sick. Oh well, all good.
That was crazy, but it wasn't.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my research and I'm gonna find out what it was, and then I'm gonna make that class. Actually, probably not.
I don't think you should.
I'm probably gonna stay far away from that class.
You really, really should.
Yeah. Damn. Chat, does anyone know what it is? I wonder if they know. How long ago was it?
Maybe like 6 years ago or something.
Oh, okay. Damn. So they got to be OG. All right, well, we'll I'm going to do my deep dive research. I'm going to find out.
Okay.
All right, brother. Well, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much. You're actually like, yeah,
right.
You're actually just the GOAT.
Me.
Nah, you thank you, bro. Don't thank me. Thank you. Literally everybody was asking for you to come on for this. So, yeah, you did me a solid, and I know everyone's going to be super happy to see your name beside the Dark Knight part. In the YouTube whatever. So yeah, Kobe, you're the fucking best, bro.
Appreciate you, man. You too. And like, it's crazy that you've already done like almost all the classes already. It's pretty insane.
I'm so exhausted, bro. Like, I'm almost done. I'm probably gonna be done this week, and then I'm actually going on vacation. Like, I'm not touching.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm not
that's
like
nice.
I'm not gonna talk to a single person for like a whole week. Yeah, we're almost done. I'm excited to be done. I don't know what's next, but I'm excited to have gotten through all of this.
Right, yeah, for sure. Well, all right, man. I'm gonna leave you to it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you again.
Yeah.
And you have yourself a good rest of your stream.
Yeah. Appreciate you, bro. We'll talk soon.
All right.
W's for Kobe, chat. W's for Kobe. Damn. We got him. We got him, boys. Nobody saw that one coming, did you? I actually told you guys that it was going to be Kobe, so everyone did see it coming. Yeah. Dark Knight's a cool class, bro. That shit was really, really cool. I wanna be invincible for 90 seconds straight. Like, what? That is wild. That is wild. I don't know. There's a lot of really good rankings for that class. I'm not gonna lie. For a class that I thought was like fairly underrepresented, I don't think I know a lot of people that played Dark Knight. That was a pleasant surprise. We'll say that. That was a pleasant surprise. Yeah. If you guys enjoyed that interview, let me know. But also, you need to go over to Kobe's channel and hang out with him. He's super nice. He's way better at the game than I am. He's been playing for way longer than I have. He's also not a complete degenerate. And he sticks to a pretty regular schedule and is live, like, you know, at least for like East Coast time during the day. That's not true. Oh, I mean, we'll see. I swear I see you live at the same time every time I open Twitch. Maybe you're taking days off here and there, but yeah. Is a little bit more consistent than a lot of the other Maple streamers I've seen. Because let's be real, Maplestory streamers have no schedule. They play when they want to, which is sometimes always. All right. If you guys are watching on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed. Come by the stream, participate in the community votes. Come by and let me know if you ended up making a Dark Knight. Or go to Kobe's channel and tell him that he was your inspiration. I'm sure he'd be happy to help out with, you know, any kind of beginner questions or stuff that you have. Otherwise, I appreciate you watching. Chat, I appreciate you being here, participating, being respectful of my guest as always. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you for watching. And I will see you in the next one. Peace!